Chapter 4. Hear ye, children, the instructions of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory shall she give to thee. Hear, O my son, receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light, that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Here we see in verse 7, probably the core verse here. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding. Exalt her, her referring to wisdom, and she, wisdom, shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. In other words, if you are willing to take wisdom as your guiding principle, not just understanding, but wisdom, then wisdom can make you respected and honored in the community where you live and amongst all the people where you choose to be, because they will know that there's something special about you. Verse 9, she shall give to thine head an ornament of grace. In other words, basically what you've got to remember, this is all imagery here. A crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. If you're wise, people will look at you the way they would look on perhaps a king or a ruler of some kind, in that although you might not have a crown on your head, they will recognize that in your head will be something worth paying attention to, worth respecting. And verse 11, I have taught thee in the way of wisdom, I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, in other words, when you grow up, if you do this, okay, thy steps shall not be straightened. In other words, you won't have somebody to correct you, to narrow you, to force you to run in right paths because you're running all over the place. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. In other words, if you're doing the wise things, you're not going to trip up over your own feet. You're not going to fall. You're not going to have problems. Verse 13, take fast hold. In other words, hold on tight to instructions. Let wisdom not go. Keep her, keep wisdom. Keep hold of the instruction, for she is thy life. So much of what you want to have in life is tied up with being wise, is tied up with doing what is right, is tied up with other people having faith that you know what you're doing. If you want to be respected, let other people have faith in what you're doing. Okay? And it said, enter not into the path of the wicked. Verse 16, for they sleep not except they've done mischief. Wicked people have to be doing something that is wicked. That is the nature of them. They are not satisfied unless they do. Unless they cause someone to fall, someone to have trouble. It says they eat the bread of wickedness. Now you don't go to a bakery and say, can I get a pound of the bread of wickedness? What it means is that they eat evil. That's what they feast on, is evil. They feast on doing bad things. That is what is in their heart. That's what nourishes them and makes them go. Drink the wine of violence. So they're using the symbolism of bread and drinking, which people need to do to sustain, as the kinds of things that those people are wicked do so that they live. They pervert normal things to become things of evil so that they can live in the way they want to. The path of the just is as a shining light. In other words, you're a source of light to other people. Other people seeing you will recognize the difference between you and the wicked. Verse 19, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. The wicked people do not know what they're going to trip over. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from your eyes. Remember what I'm telling you. Keep them in the midst of your heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to their flesh. In other words, your health, your well-being, your ability to survive, your ability to live, your ability to do all the things you want to do are tied up with you being wise. It says, ponder, in verse 26, ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. In other words, walk in ways where you determine where you're going to walk. So that you walk in a path that is made already, instead of trying to walk in some place where there is no path, where there is none, where there could be stones and potholes and holes dug by animals that you might fall and to trip in, as happens with those people who are not wise. If you want to go on a journey, and there are established roads that go from place to place, you're usually better off traveling those roads than trying to make a road through some uninhabited, unestablished place. It says in verse 27, turn not to the right hand nor to the left. In other words, don't make changes. Don't make adjustments to what you know is right. Don't turn to the right hand or to the left hand. In other words, just keep going right down the middle of the path. Don't get close to the right hand. Don't get close to the left hand. Don't get close to the edges where you might stumble on a stone or trip and fall or do anything. Just stick right to the middle of the path. Remove thy foot from evil. Stay away from the edges of things, which is where you're going to get into trouble. This is what this is saying.